Going live again. This is an update on my fish tank. Since I just clicked the button, I'm going to wait for some people to join in. So we can give y'all an update. I cannot see on this freaking screen. It's kind of awkward with my other, because I don't have a tripod set for this one. Yeah, hopefully that's good. I'll give it some time. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go over this fish filter. Just gonna give it a couple more minutes for people to join because I have an update from yesterday on this fish tank. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, this took hours yesterday. But these are my live plants here. These are fake. These two are fake, but this is my live bamboo. We did a whole cleaning video yesterday on that live. I'm just gonna give everybody an update on what had happened today in regards to my fish tank that I worked really hard on cleaning because it kind of went wrong just a little bit. We're gonna try and fix some things, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate your comments. I'm just grabbing my stuff so I can be set up for it. Carelessly part. Screws. Oh no. I misplaced the screws somewhere. It's okay. I'll find them. I've had 2 tanks, one with mollies and guppies and one with for fries. Oh yeah, the small baby fry. That's awesome. Yeah, I love guppies. They're so cool. They have like different patterns and whatnot. I am like a huge fan. I want to get some guppies, but then I'm like, can't right now. You know what I mean? Because of this guy. He's not in the tank right now, but he's in a little bucket still. But I would definitely get guppies if I could. How big's your tank? With the guppies in the fry. I'm just grabbing some stuff real quick, but I'm still listening. Got my little screws that I thought I was missing with my little canister here. Just giving it a little bit more time for people to hop on. Okay, it looks like we have a couple more on here versus the Facebook one. I'm gonna start explaining so people can start understanding why we are here in this video. Yesterday I had done a full fish tank cleaning, a 100% water change. This is my 75-gallon fish tank here. And Sorry, this phone is cut off more. Not this one, but this one because I'm recording on 2 devices. But anyway, this, I had forgot one very important step, okay? One very important step when it comes to cleaning your canister filter. I have the Forza F7 one, and it's an Aquatop brand. This is a really great canister, and honestly, it works really well. The issue is I made a mistake. Hold on, I'm gonna read this and I'll get into it. Yeah, guppies are cool. I had from since age 13. But what fish you going to get? One tank is 50 gallon. Oh wow, that's nice. That's a good tank size, especially with guppies because they breed like crazy, honestly. Right now, just because I'm in an apartment, I just want to keep my just 75 gallon just with my one Oscar fish. I do eventually want to get a rainbow shark. It's hard to find a bigger one rather than the small ones. That's a good size that I can just put in with my Oscar. I just don't want to risk any problems with them fighting or eating him. I learned that the hard way in the past with my rainbow shark getting me eaten. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't a rainbow, it was a red tail shark. Anyway, so it's kind of been like a process in trying to get one. I'm waiting probably in months' time. I'm going to invest in getting a big rainbow shark, honestly. So I'm pumped for that. Just got to order a bigger one that's like online. They grow up to like 6-7 inches, so yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely been a fun journey for sure. But the filter, I wanted to show you guys what went wrong yesterday. It sucks, I'm sad, but the reason why my Oscar is not in the tank like I normally do, yesterday I would have put him in the tank after cycling for about 3.5 to 4 hours. But because I ran into a situation where I was trying to fix my canister filter, prime the canister filter, which is filling up the canister with water. Thank you, appreciate your support. I was trying to fill it up with water, and unfortunately, when I went to prime it, there's like this little, this is like the suction, this is the pump shaft, and what it does is from like the top part here to the back, this is the UV light, by the way, that helps protect bacteria, and this is a separate cleaning part, but this is the part we're talking about here. It broke, okay? What I forgot to do was a very, very important step, and oh my God, I know I suck with this, but I normally always do it, and for whatever reason, I think it was because it was like my first time doing lives and everything, I was just so distracted and just trying to maintain everything at the same time, I kind of skipped over some steps, so truthfully. So this is the stuff I forgot to put on, and that is the reason why this head broke. This is what pumps the water. This part is actually supposed to be in here, and it suctions in and out like this. So the issue is this part, it goes on to this piece like that, basically like this, and it twists in, so pretend that's on together. It twists into this side, and then that's where this part would stick out of here a little bit. So then when that sticks out, you have the cap that you twist on, because it has like the little twist cap part here. And if that part's sticking out, you twist it, and then you prime the filter to fill it up. And that white part goes in and out to pump. And you only need to do it one time. My issue was, I don't have any other tanks. I just have this one. I just got rid of my 20 gallon and gave it to my son's daycare, but I do manage that one for them and bought the fish as well, to answer your question. But going back to this, I should have put on the silicone. Hold on, what did I just do? It's my hand. So this is like the little silicone. It's the Aquatop brand as well. This was $10. I know it's so cute and small, but because of how little it is and how less often you use it, I feel like it's worth the price at the same time. This is specifically made for the safety of your fish tank. So that way when you do use this in the filter, like on the inlet tubes, they're like little, what's the word I'm looking for? Like plastic, clear looking like ring tubes that are whitish, okay? And when you're putting it in your filter, like the canister where it goes to connect, like this part right here, it's kind of hard to, I just don't want to pull too much because they're back here, but these are like the little tubes here. And you want to always put the silicone base that's on there, so that way when you go to clip it back into the canister, it's not going to cause any issues. Like getting stuck or ruin over time, so it keeps it smooth. And of course it's going to mix with your water and your filter, so that way it doesn't hurt or harm your fish at all, which is good. My problem was, the reason how this snapped was I forgot to put the silicone on there, on this part here and around here, and really truthfully, you could also put it around in here. So that way when you go to prime your filter, it's not getting so stuck from the rubber grip on the plastic. My problem was I totally didn't do that, and because of that, I was sitting there going, pump one, pump two, and it should only be one time. Sometimes there could be air bubbles trapped in the tube lining, and you got to mess with that, or like move the filter a bit so that way it pushes that out. Unfortunately, that didn't happen for me. So because of that step, now this part is broken, so I have not been able to connect the actual canister to the tank, which is fine. I went to Pets and Such today because I was freaking out like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take a couple days and I'm not going to be able to get my fish into the tank. He's literally in a bucket. I don't want him to die. And the guy had told me, well, no, he should be fine into the tank. See, again, everything's a learning process even for me. Like there's some things I know, a lot of things I know, and there's a lot that I don't. So I was sitting here like, well, you need the filter to be able to process and clean the tank as well at the same time. But he says, if it's only gonna be a couple days, it's okay. You could just put your Oscar fish into the tank without the filter, as long as there's air circulation, which I do have the wave maker. So the wave maker is the one that pushes the, like literally air bubbles, like, well, the air bubbles, that too, when it's the bubbles in the bag. But it pushes the water to keep the movement going. So as long as there's air bubbles and circulation going in the tank, the fish should be fine for a couple days until I receive my new order for this. I had to call Aquatop, and I talked to this guy Riley. He was great. Emailed him everything as well, like the damage that was done. And I was able, since I have like I've had this for like less than a year, and I think it goes up to a year for the warranty. So it's been like 8-9 months. It's been since March 15th of 2025 when I got the tank, and today's January 19th, 2026. So yeah, about around that time frame. And when I got that, I'm still eligible for the warranty. And so they're just gonna charge me for the shipping fee, and I'm just getting this replaced. The pump shaft is what this is called, from the Aquatop. So once I get that, earlier I was struggling because once it was broken, this was actually like really stuck in here. Like it was stuck, okay? Like understand, I was sitting here like, what the heck? But anyway, I just held it like in between my legs like this, if this is my leg, so that way I'm not damaging the light. And then I took this part, while this part was inside, still like this, and I just angled it just right, and then I had to literally just grab my screwdriver because I couldn't find my hammer, and just keep pounding at that until it was able to push out, and then it came out. So now that it's out, I'm good. There's no any issues with that, and I can get that replacement for just the pump shaft. Then I will remember to put on the silicone base. The instructions do come with it too. I have kept. I'll show you really quick so it makes more sense. But it even says, like, this came with the Forza canister filter, FC7 filter. This is the one that I got. It's sitting in this bucket right here right now. I know it's not a really good look with that just up front in front of my little thing. But I'm gonna have to re-rinse it. I'll show you the instructions in a second, but yeah, this is that model. This is what it looks like. It's still full of water because I was trying to prime it until that broke on me. But, so, remember, when you have a canister filter, read the warnings and make sure you follow with getting the silicone base. You can't just go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get any regular one that you think is okay, like, oh, let me just get a silicone-based lubricant, because they do have harmful chemicals that are in there that are harmful for your fish. Hey girl. So how I fill the tank, I have it on my live from yesterday. I'll grab the tube really quick right now and I can still show you. It's a snake python siphon, and it helps you from your sink. It connects to a metal type part into your sink that you can connect it to so it fits, and you can fill up the tank and you can also drain the tank. So one sec, I can grab that and then I'll read this to y'all. So Amber, this is the python snake siphon, and this is what you would fill up. And like also going through gravel or sand, I recommend sand over gravel regardless, but anyway, it works for both. This is what you would use to fill up your tank and also drain the tank and clean gravel and sand. And this is that part that I was just saying about the connection to the sink. So this would drain. This is the part where you push it up and down. This is draining out, sucking it up from the tank, draining into your sink, and this is filling, pushing it up to push the water out to fill up your tank when the sink is on. And this is the part that you would connect it to onto your sink, so that way you're able to connect that and run the water through these tubes and then fill up your tank for draining. So that's how you would do it that way. I want a cute tank, but I'm scared it's so much to deal with. Yeah, honestly, like, fish keeping is not for everybody. It does take a lot of time, maintenance, depending on the size, what kind of fish you have. There's just so much things that can go into your tank. But if you really enjoy it as a hobby, it doesn't seem so time consuming most times, at least for me, because it's so therapeutic. It's like a TV that you get Animal Planet for free, girl. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. It's just my thing, so I don't really get sick of it. That's why I manage my son's daycare teachers now. Like, they let me give them my 20-gallon fish tank, and I saw 4 goldfish in a 10-gallon. I'm like, y'all, and the tank was looking foggy, I'm sorry, and they had just gravel. I'm not trying to attack on gravel, y'all, but if I were to recommend, I'm sorry, just get sand. It's more natural for fish. Gravel is just not good. Have it if you want to. I won't judge you, but I'm just like, it's just not preferred if it was me. But yeah, we got them some ghost shrimp. We got rid of the goldfish. I gave them to pets and such. We kept the goldfish for a few months because due to expenses, I didn't have the income to pay for their fish at the time. And I was like, okay, well, we'll get rid of these goldfish eventually, and I'll just maintain and clean the tank right now. And that's what I did. And now I was able to get rid of the goldfish, get rid of the 10-gallon, and give them my 20-gallon tank that I had prior. That was my first Oscar fish that I have now. He's not my first, but that was what he grew up in, and I gave that tank to them, and now I have him in the 75. So yeah, we got them some ghost shrimp, we got him a black coolie loach, we got him a albino corridora, hopefully like 2 or 3 more because they like groups preferably. What else did we get? Oh, and I got them a rainbow shark, and once he gets a little bit bigger, the goal is for him to come into my tank, because I know that a 20-gallon isn't really good for that rainbow shark, but understand that tank was smaller that he was in at the groceries or at the pet store anyway, so took him from Petco and he will grow and be mine. And then we're gonna get him some of those glow tetras to give it some color for the kids at the daycare. So yeah, I agree, keeping and maintaining the fish it is a very difficult job. Yeah, it is. All I can say is, yeah, fish keeping is not for everybody, but once you kind of learn certain things or you get into the pattern of it, or you just establish your own system, it becomes easier. It is a pain in the ass to kind of get certain things done, but I tell you what, the end result is worth it. It is so worth it. Like, you know what I mean? So anyway, today I'm going to be putting my Oscar fish into the tank, because I didn't do that last night due to my canister pump shaft part breaking, unfortunately. So he's been in a bucket, and I've had to, because I didn't leave the air bubbler in the bucket for him to breathe, I've been using my little turkey baster to give him some oxygen. Yes, people, fish can drown. Fish can drown. It is not a myth. They do need aeration, circulation, bubbles to breathe in the water. They are meant to breathe in water, but they also need bubbles of air in the water to maintain breathing, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. So I've been sitting here he went all night, and I slept for like 5.5 hours or so, and stayed home today since my son wasn't feeling well, and basically just kept giving him some bubbles, and then we're gonna go ahead and acclimate him to this water, so that way we can go ahead and, hold on, trying to read that. Okay, we're good. So yeah, the thing is, what I like to do when I'm doing, again, I'll repeat it in all of my lives. Uh-oh, sorry, didn't mean to knock this phone out of place. And I'll repeat it in all of my lives, because those that are now joining or joining later on or didn't see it, I'm gonna say it again. It is possible to do 100% water change. You can get away with that. I've done it for, hold on. See, my phone fell. It's because this one is balanced like on this like tripod thing right here. And this phone is balanced on an actual thing until I get another phone holder piece to balance on my other tripod. So I'm sorry that fell. I'm gonna try to balance it real quick, 1 sec. Stay. Good, okay. So going back to what I was saying, there's gonna be fish keepers that will attack me for it. I've already had it in the groups on Oscar Fish Enthusiast group that I'm in, and other tank mate deals that I'm in groups. When I posted that I got and did 100% water change, I do it most of my water changes, not every single time, but most of my times that I do them. Plus, gosh, out of the 3 years, almost 3 years that I've had this Oscar fish, if I were to calculate, I've done basically all 100% water changes besides what, 3 or 4, if I'm being honest with you. Because then that's the other changes where I leave them in, and I'll do like a 90%, at least as close as I can, because it's 10% for him to stay in the water so he could fit, right? And then I'll fill the tank back up while he's in there, and cleaning the sand and doing all that, scrubbing the algae. But I just don't like keeping him in there as I clean it, you know? Especially with those detritus worms, I like to try and get rid of them. So I'll literally use warm water and re-rinse the sand like up to 4 times. And it takes quite a bit of time. So understand, it's just a matter of, you can get away with 100% water changes. It's what you utilize and how you do it. But reacclimate the fish once you remove them to the water you cleaned after cycling for up to 4 hours. It is a possibility, yes. And I'll re-show the products that I do use. So I use Stability. This is adding the beneficial bacteria back into your tank. This will cycle your tank. It even says on here, rapidly and safely establishes biofilter, prevents new tank syndrome. So you're really already cycling that really fast anyway. The Prime is the dechlorinator. This will get rid of all the chlorine that comes from your tap water. Because I'm sure you don't want to pay for gallons and gallons of water to carry up wherever you're at, and you could just use it at home and connect it to your sink. It's just an easier way. So this works very fast, very efficiently. I cycle up to 4 hours. I've let it go on for 2.5 at certain points, and my fish is happy and healthy. And I've done this for many years with all my other fish. I've had goldfish as well, had Plecostomus. I've also had Corydorus in my past. I've had betta fish, my black male orchid that I had. The poor thing had a tumor though and died over time. But just understand, like, all my other fish have been completely happy and healthy. And due to certain circumstances, with moving, I couldn't keep them all as well. So red parrotfish, same process. So just making sure that you're studying about the species that you have with your fish. Because not all fish are the same. But the ones that I had fresh water with certain requirements of water, they're pretty close to each other in how they handle water. And so I've always made sure my pH balance is good, my GH, general hardness and stuff, and carbonates, carbonates, however you say it, okay. Nitrites, nitrates, none of those in my tank. You want those strips not to be pink at all. You want them white. I've spent years perfecting this craft, and I'm very proud to say that I'm pretty happy with it. So And now that I'm more confident in it to actually show y'all in person, I'm happy to share it with you guys. So what we're gonna do right now is start acclimating my Oscar fish to this tank. So he's no longer sitting in the bucket. I don't want him to be in the bucket any longer. Poor thing's been sitting in there all night, ever since I started cleaning the tank yesterday. So we're gonna start doing that. So again, acclimation, if you're unaware of what that is, you don't wanna put your fish into shock. You are resetting your whole entire tank. He was used to the old water. Though you're using the same chemicals right now, he has not been in this water because I didn't change it with him in there, or else you could be filling the water up at the same time, putting the chemicals in as you fill it up with him in there. Since he hasn't been in there, I'm going to acclimate him, and I separated him in the bucket. We're gonna go ahead and acclimate him. What I like to use, this is like my little tool that I'd recommend to fish keepers. I mean, I have a 75 gallon. If you have a bigger one, do it how you do it easiest, best. Bigger things, bigger cups, however you measure. This is for me how I measure when I do the acclimation. So when you acclimate them, you don't want to put your fish back into shock and kill them because they're not used to that water. Use a syringe. I'll fill this up to, the full amount. The way to acclimate fish, all of them, is like 1 drip per second. The way that I do it is I'll just fill this up and then I'll give them about like this much every like 5 to 10 minutes, okay? So he's getting used to that water again. And then after 45 minutes to over an hour, you can at least go about an hour, 20 minutes. I haven't really exceeded that. You can, if he's just chilling or I'm distracted doing something. It's best for him anyway, but it's fine. You just drip acclimating him back into that water. Getting him used to it for when he's going back in that tank. So he's still in this bucket here. He's in here. I don't want to like lift and then pour him out to show y'all, but he's in here and he's laying on his side still because Oscar fish, when they are uncomfortable, will lay on their side. He's hating me right now because he's not in his normal state of mind where he's used to being in his tank. So take your syringe. After this has cycled, this has been cycling all night long, okay? This has been all night long. So it's way more than the time that I even do it. Like I said, up to 4 hours, it's my normal. Fill that syringe, okay? Now that I got that syringe, ooh, I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. Okay, sorry guys. So take that, give a couple drips to him. About like that much, okay? All right, I'm gonna give him some time. Get that new water that's in there. We're gonna let it go for like 5 to 10 minutes, then I'll do that same process again. I repeat this process again, 45 minutes to over an hour. That's when I know I'm okay to put him back in that tank. Just use his fishnet, put him right back in there. Right now I don't have the lid on top of this side because I'm gonna put him in, of course. But yeah, that's just really the overall process, guys. So until I get that replacement for the pump shaft through Aquatop, which will be a few business days for me to receive that. And when I receive that, that's when I can go ahead and then just reset up my canister filter. But it is okay to go for a few days anyway, I'm sure up to a week even, probably longer, but as long as you're maintaining the water and cleaning it, that's what the filter does. Removing all the toxins and all that, but it's pretty fresh water cleaning after all that. So we'll be good. We're actually gonna just leave him in the front. And yeah, just that's how I maintain my tank. So if anybody has any questions or anything in that matter, just let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Oh yeah, see, I forgot to go back to read this anyway. So going back to the, because you're gonna need this if you get a canister filter. If you're getting a bigger tank, please remember, utilize this. It is the Aquatop brand. I couldn't find any other brand, to be honest with you, online, no matter how much research that I did. $10, yes, it's small, but you don't use it as much throughout the months versus how you would do it. So that's why they price it the way they do, so I can understand the price. So when you get your canister filter, I'm sure all of them come with this instructions. It says, never lift or carry by tubing. Always release quick disconnect valve, which are these on the tank. It's 2 little valves here. Sorry, it's kind of hard to tell on this other camera here, but here you go, they're right there. It's the in and out. before lifting the canister body. Failure to do so can result in leaking when powered off. Leave adequate slack when trimming tubes during initial setup. Always lube quick disconnect valve O-rings with silicone lube before reconnecting. Silicone lube, always put it on there because they could damage over time very quickly, especially when water's running through them or always touching them. So each time you go to do your tank cleaning, remember to put this stuff on, or else you're gonna risk leaking, and you don't want your canister full of water from your tank starting to leak out your tank from the canister as it's flowing, because then you got flow problems or shit. You might have the freaking floor all wet and moldy. You just never know. Like, things can happen. Oh my God, did you see my hair? Anyway, you just never know with certain things. So just be aware of certain things that you need to do when you're cleaning your tank. And once I add my fish back into the tank, I will put the lid back on here. That's what we could go over again. If anybody is curious, the brand of tank that I have is the Marine Land. It was the last one that was on sale, okay? And it was at PetSmart for like $112. I was like, I need to snag this freaking deal. When I got this tank, I was happy. Always remember, when you're getting a tank of any sort, I don't care what size it is. It could be a freaking 1 gallon for all I know. Always check if your seals on the sides of your tank are good, if there's any cracks, anywhere on the top, anything. If you're finding a cheap tank on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Etsy, whatever, eBay, anything like that, make sure you're checking, because sometimes the tank is not going to last as long as you want it to. That's something that you do need to know with tanks. Or else you're getting yourself into a shithole really. So yeah, seals need to be nice and sealed that are on the edges here, on the edges of the tank. Just make sure that they are in good withstanding, or else if they're not, they won't hold the weight and you're going to find yourself into a flood in your house. So this is the lid that I got. It's a glass canopy. The brand that I got, this is made for this tank. Marine Land is the brand of the tank. So if you're lucky enough to find another one, just remember, this one is the lid that will fit this size dimension tank. You can't just go to a store like I did before, getting this tank prior, and saying, oh look, this is a top fin. Because at PetSmart, when I got this tank, this is a Marine Land tank. There's a top fin 75 gallon top lid. Oh, I can use that. It was basically like the same glass deal. When I brought it home, put the pieces together, put it on, the dimensions were too small. It didn't fit. It was like awkward. So when I got this one and I was doing my reviews, trying to find good reviews on Amazon, this was the one that fits the Marine Land tank perfectly. And another thing is, when you are putting on it's hard to hold like the glass. It's on the floor right now, but I just rather not hold that. But these pieces right here that are like plastic that goes to the back, that are on the back of the tank, when you're sliding that glass in, you don't want it to crack. And I couldn't find much YouTube videos on it either, but always use this stuff too, because you lube it and the glass will slide easily into the plastic. It is still a pain in the ass, okay? I'm not gonna tell you it's not, but it does make it a lot easier when you are sliding that glass into that plastic part rim, so that way it can hold and then be able to look nice and pretty for your tank on the top. So I'm gonna put this away. Okay, this is the light that I paid for. That's sitting on top of my tank if anybody's curious about the light. It's a grower light. God, how much was it? So this was $139. I got this from Pets and Such. And it's the Sky Aqua from AquaTop brand once again. And this is the light that's right on top of my tank. So it helps keep your plants in good withstanding. That's the nice thing about this one. So I'll show you guys the light switches, the colors on here. It has a little switch and you go ahead and you can turn it different colors. Right now I have it on the green setting based off my mood. This is more of like the blue vibe light, going back to green, okay? And then you could do like more of like nighttime, you like it when it's more dim. You can go ahead and change it based off your mood. This is the brightest setting right here. So if you want to see your fish bright and light, that's the one to go for. You just keep messing with it, and then it goes darker, it goes to light. And then we have the super blue option, and yeah, that's really it for this light. Those are the setting options on here. Sorry, it's kind of short to show you on camera. Keep lifting the phone up and down and whatnot, but yeah, the button press is right here on the little handle side. Kind of want, yeah, we'll stick with the green vibe for right now. But yeah, that's what I like to use for the light for my tank. I do have the other one that I mentioned yesterday. I'll go over it again for those who have not seen it yet. I got this for like 40 bucks on Amazon. This is actually like goes into like different shapes and stuff, so you can mess with it. I straightened it out so that way it can go ahead and just like fit on top of my light. But yeah, I could like bend it into a square. You can mess with it. Look, it's like a little house. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it straight because that's the way I like it right here. And basically the same button option press. Like I said, how it was in my last video. I'm in Star Wars. Just kidding. So yeah, it's cool. The thing is, I don't like the flashing lights on here because people with, I can't think of the word right now, like you want to say if it's disability or something like that, but like, and I can't even handle it myself. Like you can't with the flashing lights. So TMI, or be aware, too much info, whatever, that terminology I'm looking for right now. If you do not like flashing lights, I would look away in just a minute, right when you start to see it, because I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest, but so they change like different colors here. Let me turn off my light so you guys can see it better. Okay, so it changes into like cool different colors. So if you want to change the vibe on your tank, you can. Thank you. That is pretty cool. I like it. So there's the green, there's the red, blue. It's my favorite color right here. Yellow, pink. Okay, the flashing lights are going to come up soon. I can just tell you right now. But yeah, the rainbow one, I love to keep it on the rainbow most of the time. So yeah, all these different colors, it just sets the vibe overall. Like if you want to put it behind your tank, you want to put it on top of your tank, just depends on your mood, really. You can do that. It's pretty cool. Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, these are just like the regular buttons here, but if you want to do the color going back. Okay, flashing's coming up. Yeah, this is one of the flashes. Yeah, this right here gives me a freaking headache, man. But it has to go through all the colors, so we're just gonna hurry and skip through that. Anyway, that is what this light does. It is cool. I don't have the exact model right now, but Amazon, basically like your tripod light. Just look at that and you'll find a similar picture, and I'm sure it will be like that, yeah. I was trying to figure out a good light to look for my fish tank and my YouTube videos, and this is a really good option here. So yeah, I'll just set it right there for now. And I guess we could look at the tank at like a dark setting so you guys can kind of see how the vibe goes for me at certain times. I'm going to hurry and put some more, like 2 milliliters into the tank water to acclimate my Oscar there. Just depending on the light you use, it's kind of cool to see how it like messes with it, you know, like changes the vibe overall. See the purple, the darker, you know, blue. So it's cool when you mess with the mood and the color. So yeah, that's basically my setup. I'm gonna go ahead and acclimate him for a good 40 more minutes. And I will put my Oscar in the tank, and if I don't decide to hop back on live, because I'm probably gonna pass out later. I honestly am trying my hardest right now, guys. Like, I know it probably don't look like it, but I have like mucus building up in my face, okay? And I have like a migraine that keeps, temporal mandibular joint migraines I suffer from. And it's starting to like ring again on this side because of all the pressure. I have silent sinus disease in my face, so it's just not fun. Sinusitis, chronic deal. So I'm probably not going to show me putting them in. I might hop back on, and I might. It just depends on my mood and how I feel. But if you guys have any other questions or anything like that, I'll stay on for a couple more minutes, or any suggestions, whichever. I'm happy to hear it. Happy to answer whatever, and then yeah, we'll just go from there. And then I'm gonna dip out of here. I'm gonna get in a nice hot shower and just chill, y'all. I'm like, I'm out of ibuprofen too. I like took my last batch yesterday. Oh shit. My head's banging, y'all. Banging. This. You know what I forgot to go over though in this video? You guys can use the salt too. Not all fish require certain salts though. I'm not sure exactly what ones. I do know that certain fish, again, not sure which ones. Like some without scales, you know. Some fish can't handle salt. But use the API. I like the API. You don't have to use this brand. It's just the brand that I like to stick with along with my test strips. This is the one that I use for salt. Helps add minerals, electrolytes, and vitamins to your water for your fish. And it keeps them healthy, especially if they were to pick up a parasite or anything like that. You would definitely have this to fight those. It's like having medicine in the tank form at all times. Nice to meet you. Stay updated. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for your support. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Okay, I think we're good. Let me see. What else? What else could I go over? Yeah, those are just like that are joining now. I could still repeat what I did yesterday. If you have any problems that are like the odors in your tank, if you ever decide to have a fish tank, or if you have a fish tank and then you're running into odor problems and then you're like, damn, this stinks, like you walk in and you can just smell fish and it's just not pleasant, okay? Get this stuff. It doesn't have to be the same brand. This is activated charcoal, carbon basically. What it does is it absorbs all the odors. I mean, even with personal items at your home. So it's good to always have just activated carbon anyway. These are the little pellets that you would put in a little bag. You can buy one from the fish store. This is an example. Honestly, I'm just planning on taking this one back. I got this one from Pets and Such. You can also, this is just one of the pet stores that are here in Utah, that where I live is based. There's Waterfront as well, and great stores. But anyway, doesn't matter the brand, just get some activated carbon. This will absorb all those odors that are gross into your tank. And this is like the bag that you would get. This one's too big for my canister, so depending on the size of your canisters and tanks, honestly, I could fold this, but my bag that I had, the live that I did yesterday, if you watched it and see it, you will see that that bag was just perfect size, just to fit perfect in the canister filter without it being too big. So I just re-rinsed it, put it in there and all that. And it has a cute little zip tie. Well, it's not, I'm sorry, not like a zip tie, but it's like, you know those things on your jackets that you pull? I don't know the terminology right now. My brain is like, but it closes the bag and it seals it. So that way you can go ahead and make sure that the pellets don't fall out. So that's what you would do. Make sure you rinse it with cold, clean water. Do the measurements based off your tank. It will show the instructions in the back. It doesn't tell you specifically your measurements, so I would Google it. I did have to Google mine, and for the 75-gallon fish tank, I would add 1/2 cup, or I'm sorry, not 1/2, a half cup. So 1-2, you know, of activated carbon. Rinse it with cold water while it's in the bag. Put it in the bottom of your filter, not on the top, not in the middle. It's recommended to go on the bottom. That's where it filters more, and then it can collect that odor more and do a better job. So yeah, activated carbon for odors. And you won't have to worry about your tank smelling so fishy or gross. These are the API, going back to the same brand as what I used for the salt. You could use different types of salt, that's fine. Hello, hi cool boy. But going back, this is the brand that I use. These are the test strips to test your water, so that way you know, oh, you know what? Let me acclimate my fish real quick. There we go, okay, we're good. You can definitely test all, it comes with 25, but you test all, it says measures pH, your nitrates, your carbonates, and general hardness in an aquarium. So like the freshness of your water and all that. And it is it's very good and accurate, honestly. I've had no problems. I don't have the test strips. I forgot them in my car again because I used them for my son's daycare to test the water to show, hey, this is on perfect balance for these fish. You run the test strip twice. You let it sit for 30 seconds. I time it on my little phone. Take a picture of it right then and there. And then it will show you, there's like this little tube thing. This is my ammonia one. It's separate from these other ones. But it will show you a similar baseline of like the colors. So you know which one to go for. What happened to your eye? Oh, I'm happy to answer that question. So going into my eye, it is a skin condition called Neosha Zavala. I get a lot of comments on it. I've had this ever since I was 14. It just randomly appeared on my face. And I'm 27 right now. So imagine being a server for 7 years and just working with people in general and having to tell them, hey, don't worry, I'm not abused. I've had so many funny mixed reactions with it. But it's a skin condition called Neosha Zavala, confirmed by my dermatologist. And it's basically like a birthmark that shows up over time. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see, perfect clean tank. Thank you. Oscar, the happiest fish in the neighborhood. Hope you feel better. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love my baby. He's always so happy. But, and this is a separate API. This one will test your ammonia. It is good to have ammonia in your tank. It is not good to have too much ammonia in your tank. Ammonia comes off fish bodies in general. When you put a fish in the water, they're producing ammonia already. So understand that it's a normal and natural thing. You do want ammonia, but just have that balance so you know it's not too much. These test strips, so like, they look like this. And it's just one single one. And if it turns like a dark green, that's a bad sign. You want it to stay like at 0, basically. Okay? So that's what that is. Understood, not everyone will get that. You're so lucky. Thank you. I appreciate you, cool boy. Yeah, like, it's been a journey. So, at one point a long time ago, I will talk about this. I need to clean the sides of this bottle because this blue stuff just leaked out and I just left it, to be honest. But my fish, when I was learning in the process years ago, I had my fish get ick. It was actually this guy. And it was like right when I got him and stuff, he was super small. He came from PetSmart and he started to develop ick. And what I used was this stuff. It's the Fritz Copper Safe. This stuff works very well. I will tell you right now, this is some good stuff. But honestly, I've not had to use this ever since I've kept up with my water changes and learned a lot and have done a lot better ever since. It's been almost 3 years that I've had this fish. And he's not had one issue since. And it was crazy because it was like that ick just fell off like salt getting sprinkled on the floor, you know? So that stuff is really good. But I kept him in a hospital tank because he was super small. Anyway, separate from the other tank with the other tank things at the time. And I don't recommend this tank at all. I don't recommend it. Where's the fish? He's in this bucket right here, like in the back. I said in front of me. God, I'm tripping my brain, y'all. He's chilling in the bucket because I'm acclimating him to this water before I add him. This was the hospital tank I had him in. They say this is a beta tank. No, the hell it's not. Don't put any fish in here unless it's for crickets or something that you're feeding your damn frog or something. But this tank is just not probable. It's too small. So, but I used it for a hospital tank because I kept changing the water and he was super small. Like he was puny, like super tiny. And Anyway, we got that ick off of him. Changed the water every single time. New salt, new, at the time I was using AquaSafe and Safeguard. Same as Prime, same as Stability. I just upgraded and used these ever since watching Caveman Aquatics, but they do the same thing and they do a great job as well. Basically this stuff, this AquaSafe is the same stuff as Prime. It dechlorinates your water. This is adding the beneficial bacteria back into your water to, you know, cycle your tank, and then you could put them in the same day. I've done it for years, trust and believe. This is the same stuff that I've done. So same stuff as Stability. The Easy Balance, the plus one is better. The plus one, it's the yellow kind. It's good stuff. But I just have that as extra, but I honestly haven't been using it. But let me see. A lot of effort needed to change the water. Yes, it is. Fish keeping is not for everybody. You don't want to say for the week because that sounds wrong. It's just really not for everybody. Like, it has to be something you love to do. Like if I could work at the zoo in like the aquarium section, or even shoot any section, to be honest with you, I'd be happy. But due to my schedule and work situation, the location, it's just not worked out. But yeah, there's a lot of things where some people just don't know, where they're like, oh, let me just put water into a tank and then I just add the fish in that. That is not what you do. Absolutely not. And that's what my son, if my son's daycare teachers are watching this, I love y'all. But one of the teachers, I won't mention her name, she was just straight putting water. They got goldfish and they put 4 in the 10-gallon, and she was just filling the tank up with straight water. She didn't use any salt, she didn't use any Safeguard, AquaSafe, any Prime, any Stability, anything. She was just using water. And I'm like, what? So I was like, let me take over. And that's where I gave him my 20-gallon. I just manage and take care of the fish tank. I'm like, just let me take care of the rest. I can't see these babies ever. I can't. I love you guys, but I can't do this. So, yeah. Anyway, that's just where I'm at. Let me see. You guys have to let me know. Please let me know if it would be a fun video if I did brine shrimp, because I still have brine shrimp that I tested a while ago. It's just I had a hard time getting the right salt balance in the water, because I just went and bought, this is like millions, I swear to God, of little shrimp eggs. Okay, I think this would be fun to add for the tank, because I want to use them as feeders anyway. Sad to kill them, but it's still fun as an experiment. Just let me know if it would be a fun video. Without the love interest is not possible. Yeah, honestly, if you lose or you're just not interested in it, and it's not a hobby, you just aren't interested, it's just like something you just let go. And that's why I'm like, if you don't care for a certain thing, don't plan on doing it. It's just, and that goes for anything, not just fish. That just goes for anything. Like if your parents recommend you to do something like, oh, I want you to be a lawyer, assistant, a doctor, but you're interested in being a cook, stick with being a cook. It don't matter what people's opinions are, or else you're going to find yourself digging yourself into a shithole, and then you're going to be like depressed, and you're just not loving yourself, and that's very important. You're still young, pursue your interests. You're going to be working for decades unless you lotto out. Yeah, that's for everybody, man. Just got to follow your dreams and your passion, and sometimes things will come to you in time. And a lot easier too. You just got to work your ass off for it. That's all I can say, for real. I think you'll need a day rest. Trust and believe I do. I like talking though on these lives, but my head's throbbing, but I'm cool. I'm good. I had 6 cherry shrimps, but now only see 1 in my tank. Do you have any other tank mates with your cherry shrimps? Because if you do, they're possibly eating them. That's a possibility. Or they're really good at hiding. I mean, depending on how much stuff you got in your tank too. That could also be a factor. Let me know. So yeah, I always consider, just do your best research as much as you can before you get something. Because what I really don't like to see, and everybody's different, you know, you see something in the store, a fish, for example, and you want to buy it immediately. But then the issue is you don't do the research on it, and then you find yourself wasting money, and not only the money, but you're wasting their lives. You know what I mean? And it's just, every fish keeper will tell you, most likely, and me too, I'm honest for it. When you have to go through a learning process, fish will be lost in that process. But when you're doing it intentionally, and you're not caring about, oh, well, I'll just figure it out next time, I'm just gonna get them because I want to, that just shows you're an ignorant person. You're just not caring about the hobby itself with these lives at stake here. They may be fish to somebody, but to me, I'm such an animal welfare person. I tell you, even if it's a freaking spider, like I fell in love with jumping spiders. I don't like them. And it's funny because I found one today in my laundry room, and I put it in a little cup, and then I slid a paper on it and I let it out outside based off videos. Because you just learn about them and you're like, wow, And I hate spiders. I don't like you in my house, but I don't know, those little guys have a thing in my heart after seeing some videos. Is that your hobby, or you should study marine engineering like that? Here, I'll go one at a time. So I was in animal science when I was in high school many years ago. I'm 27, I understand that. But we didn't really study the I was in marine biology, but the thing is I lost interest in it because it was mainly about like bigger, like beluga whales, blue whales, things that are in the ocean. And don't get me wrong, I'm interested in those, but it's not something I'd be interested in having to keep as a pet to learn more and to watch and have it about in my house. So it was just like, and then traveling was just not for me. Like, I'm a homebody. I like to stay at home, chill, come back at home, relax, watch my television. And really, I was like, it's just not for me. So I kind of just did my own studies after the fact, after high school, and learned about my interest on certain fish that I was interested in. And that's Oscar fish. Oscar fish have always been an interest of mine. Like, I love them. They're dogs in a tank. And I made it, like, ever since I was little and I first saw one, I really wanted one. I saw how interactive they were. I saw how cool they were. It's just my shit, man. It really is. I don't know how else to put it, to be for real. Yes, mollies and guppies. It seems like mollies eat it. No idea, but has a lot of bushy point. Yeah, that's most likely, what's the word I'm looking for? That's most likely a possibility. Especially when the shrimp starts to get weak over time. Say if they're molting, because all shrimp, they have exoskeletons. And like arachnids, like spiders, how they molt, and crabs, they molt out their exoskeleton. It's the same process. So when they get weak and soft, right after the fact that they molt, maybe those mollies went and got them at the weak part of their stage in their life, and they killed and ate them over time. That's why you saw them go missing, most likely. Thank you, cool boy. Yeah, absolutely. Watching the fish swimming is kind of stress-free. Not kind of, it is. It really is, because, I don't know, it's very peaceful. Like, my brother would give me shit about it, like, oh my God, you don't need fish. I'm like, actually, you don't understand. You don't understand. Like, it was a whole fight about it. Like, I don't talk to him no more, and for good reason. But understand that there's people that are gonna see things that you see, and there's people that are gonna see things that you don't. And I feel like in this world, that everybody's meant for different things for a reason. Because if we didn't have an interest in this more, then this wouldn't get helped here, or this wouldn't be there. Could you imagine if the world was full of you could say doctors, but then we didn't have any cooks or bankers or anything, like just things like that. Like, it's good to have doctors, but we need all these other people to help each other. I hope that makes sense, but everybody has a different passion, talent for everything, and that's okay. You don't have to like fish, but just be respectful enough where you're not wasting their lives because of you just want to be entertained for a minute but not learn about them. Make sense? Watching the hold on. It is my apologies. No worries, no worries. I mean, we all live and we learn, you know. Okay, I'm gonna acclimate him some more. He's just sitting on the side, y'all. He's hating life. Waiting to see the fish to swim in the clean, perfect tank. It will be soon. It will be in like the next, I'd say 15 to 20. I'm just giving him a little bit of time to get more used to the water after doing a full fish tank cleaning. Because you don't want to put him into shock, you know. But we'll definitely get him in there. And it's cool because his personality, you'll see fish, like I see a lot of Oscar fish keepers will tell me, oh, my guy just sulks at the bottom of the tank, meaning they like just to sit on the bottom of the tank. And I'm like, it could be due to stress levels of the water, could be due to not being comfortable, hiding spots, hello. Or that's just their personality really. But sometimes it could be a health problem. You just don't know it yet, who knows? But my Oscar, you put him in, he'll go to the bottom for a second, but then it's like you do this with him, and then he's like, yay, and then he's like, okay, I'm good, and then he swims again. He's just so funny. Will he be comfortable in the bucket? The thing is, he's not comfortable. Like, he hates being in somewhere he's not used to, and that goes for all fish. Like, think about it. Like, you're just removed from your home and you're put into a box, for hell's sakes. Like, I feel bad for him, don't get me wrong, but this is the way I have to acclimate him. He will be completely 100% fine once I put him back, and then he'll realize, okay, we're good, you know? But it's just, I can't acclimate him inside the tank. Not the way that I'm cleaning it, at least. Yeah, Oscars, they are definitely very friendly. It's cute because he follows me at like the front, like right here, he'll play with my son, and they'll just chase each other, you know, going back and forth and back throughout the tank. And it's so fun to see. Like, he is so cute. And it's funny because you'll see them get into their reflection and he gets confused, right, thinking it's another male or another freaking fish that he's not liking, and he sees that reflection. And you'll see Oscars, if you haven't seen some in some YouTube videos already, where people record their fish just doing funny things. They're like, like with their mouth trying to attack them, and it's just funny, like, it's hilarious, you know? Very entertaining, very entertaining. But no, I was proud of myself. I built this stand by myself, y'all. Like, this took me like about a day, like over a day. Well, not even over a day. It was literally all night. You could say that. It took like about 10 hours. No help from anybody, just building this by myself, trying to balance it on the wall and in between like my chairs so it would stand upright. I was so proud of myself, y'all, because this has been a freaking goal of mine for years. Having this and owning this. What else? I guess we could go over what I feed them. If you guys ever plan on getting Oscar fish or anything, any cichlid really, like any type of cichlid, it is good to keep their colors very nice and bright and vibrant, and they need certain diet in order for them to maintain healthy scales and overall health in your fish. Let me go and get my shrimp, because this is what I showed in my last one yesterday, but I'll show the new audience that people haven't seen yet again. So one second. Okay, so this is the diet that I feed him. I feed him other options, like even, I forgot to mention this yesterday, tilapia, like raw pieces of tilapia fish that I give him from my freezer that I'll just buy at the store, or cod, and just cut him up into his bite-sized pieces so he's not choking on it. You want to make sure it's not too big. Let's see. Never seen a fish tank and kind of love towards it. Right? Thank you. So this is the cichlid diet that I give him. This is a very popular brand that you would see most Oscar fish keepers feed their fish, that I've at least seen. It's Hikari brand. This is great for keeping their colors nice and bright. And they have all the dietary like stuff that's in there, the crude fat, protein, fiber, moisture, ash, phosphorus, all that, vitamins in here. That's what they need to thrive. Okay, so these are good. They have different sizes. These are the medium-sized pellets. When he was a baby, he started off with the small. Okay, so he had small-sized pellets. I'll show you. My head. So these are the medium. This is what they look like. Basically this big for the medium size, okay? And they have larger size pellets, so as your fish gets bigger, depending on their size, then you'll know that you're feeding them a good size. You know what I mean? It's just better at that point. These are his treats. These aren't his food. These are his candy treats, okay? He cannot have too much of these. Thank you. Yeah, literally wish to be that fish in that tank under your care. I appreciate it. Yeah, he's my baby. I take care of him. You just love him, you know? You spoil him. These things stink and they smell like salt, really bad, and they have quite the smell. These are freeze-dried shrimp, and you give these to your fish, any fish occasionally, because of how high in protein that they are for their diet. You don't want to give them too much, and also make sure you're not overfeeding your fish. I don't feed my Oscar every day. Like some people will be like, oh my God, you're terrible. You don't feed him every day? No, you're not supposed to really. I feed him every other day, if not every 3 days, because overfeeding can be a problem. And when you overfeed, you can make your water gross and him sitting there pooping more than he needs to. And then you're getting more detritus worms. Detritus worms are great. They're great for your tank, but you don't want them to take over your tank. So just don't do too much. So these are the freeze-dried shrimp. It's okay, I'm just gonna touch them. Show y'all so you can get the full experience. Let's get a good one. So these are what the shrimp look like. Literally little freeze-dried shrimps, okay? Little tiny freeze-dried shrimps. And has quite the smell. They're very pungent. So I keep these outside on my patio so I could just grab it and go to bring it back inside. Don't keep these inside your house, y'all. Just make it stink like saltiness. I don't know. Super salty. It's gross. Okay, I'm gonna add some more acclimation. I'm gonna do one more. I know I said 15 minutes, but I'm gonna give it like 5 to 8 more minutes. Put this one back in, and then we'll go ahead and add the Oscar in this tank. His name is Tank, by the way, because he's the tank in his tank. He owns that shit. Okay, he's so lucky. I think you're 100% eligible to publish an article. Thank you so much. I appreciate that comment so much. I would love to, honestly. Teaching people about fish, like, I will tell you, Caveman Aquatics has taught me so much. I love that guy. Like, if you need any questions, really, he knows more than me, okay? He knows a lot more than me. But I'll tell you what, like, there's a lot I know, there's a lot I don't know. But I'll share with what I know now. If you're interested in learning about fish keeping, water changes, anything like that too, look up Caveman Aquatics. I am very confident in looking him up. He's a great guy. Tank in the tank. That's right. That's right. Is his name Tank? Yes, his name is Tank. I was thinking Brutus, but then I'm like, nah, that's kind of too... Nah, I was just like, nah. It was just not the vibe, so I'm like, let's just go with Tank, because he owns that tank. That's Tank in his tank, y'all. That's just him. So but anyway, depending on the species of fish that you have and what you get, realize it's important based off their dietary restrictions. They are not all the same. Most of them are quite similar, but most of them are not all the same. My Oscar, these are just like the main foods that I feed him on an easy day. These not so much, like it's literally candy, so much sugar, fat in his way. In our way, it's nice sugar, you know what I mean? Nice sweet treat. So yeah, tilapia, I've given him carrots. He likes carrots, he doesn't love them. He'll spit them out occasionally, he'll eat them when he's like, okay, yeah, maybe this time. But he goes crazy, y'all. He goes crazy for apples. I give him apples, like, he loves those things. Tank in the tank will thank you to be in the tank. Right, literally, he loves me. I love him too. Okay, I'm gonna acclimate him some more, real quick. Now this is where I add basically the whole entire one, because I've done it for quite some time now. And then I'm gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and add him in the tank. I'm excited. And I'm sure he's excited too. He's like hating on life. He's like, hey, just put me back. I don't want to be in this stupid bucket. I feel so bad, but you know, let me see if I can angle this phone. I'm live on my Facebook too, on the other phone that I have, but this phone is easier to navigate. That I'm on my YouTube live right here, because I have it on a tripod, but you can kind of see him. You see him in there? He's right here. But yeah, he's been in there all night ever since yesterday, and I feel so freaking bad, y'all. I feel so bad. Like, I can't wait till he gets added back. Here, I'll show the one real quick on my Facebook, and I'll respond to your guys' comments. And this is him in the tank. in the bucket. Let me see. I'm gonna just re-put this back so it's balanced. Okay. And it's cool. If you guys look up on my social media, his colors, how much they've changed over time. I posted a video of when he was just a baby. It's like one of my most recent ones. You'll see it on like the thumbnail. You'll see him super tiny baby, and then I'll show him before and then after. You'll see just the drastic change in his color. It's just crazy, you know? He's so pretty. Tank in the tank. We love you too. Aw, thank you. He was cool. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. He is, yeah, it's so fun to watch and look at him every day, and then coming home and having, because I also have my cat too, my Maine Coon / Tabby mix, and just coming home to my cat and my fish, and my son, of course. They make my days. They make my days. Just gotta put these back real quick. So while he's still acclimating for the few minutes that we have left here before we add him in, here is the little cheat sheet that I want you guys to know about, because I feel like this is a very, very smart way to go about your keeping and maintaining your tank. It's, look, I know I've had this tank for quite some time now. It's been like 9 months now. Honestly, every time I do a tank cleaning, my brain with numbers, I can draw, I can kind of sing, I guess. Not gonna do that here, but there's things I'm very good at, and then the thing that you seem to can do every time, sometimes you just forget when it comes to numbers with me. My dyscalculia is just something else. So this is my 75 gallon, and this is what I would put. So if you ever get a fish tank and you're using all the products that I showed you, the prime, stability, the aquarium salt, depending on your species of fish, the things that are needed, always write what the measurements down. So I have right here, it says Seacom Prime, 75 gallon, right? 7.5 milliliters if doing a full water change. So always keep a syringe on you, just depending on your tank size. Oscar's home looks great. He looks amazing. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, he's my love, so I gotta take care of him. So yeah, keep a syringe with you. And for my 75 gallon, this is what I always utilize, because it goes up to 10 milliliters. So 7.5 milliliters of the Seacom Prime, that's when you're doing a full water change. If you're not doing a full water change, your measurements will be different based off of that. And the Seacom Stability, the blue bottle, not the red one, 3.75 milliliters times 5 milliliters, that's 18.75. So you would do 10 and then 8.75 on here, put it in, and there you go. And then for the 75 gallon again, for the salt, the API aquarium salt, that's 15 tablespoons, because it's 5 tablespoons. Or, God, see, I can't even do it right now. Up to, it's like 1 tablespoon per 5 gallons, right? 1 rounded tablespoons for every 5 US gallons, yes. And a half rounded teaspoon for every US gallons of 4 liters of aquarium water. It will say it on the back for you guys, so that way, if you're curious or need to go back, there you go. There's that too. And you know, occasionally I will give these to him as a treat, because he just eats anything anyways. Though these are meant for plecos and whatnot, bottom feeders. You could feed them to the blue tanks, it looks like on here as well. But yeah, I'll just break these into pieces and I'll give him some of these too. He looks amazing, great guidance. Thanks, thank you, of course. I'm glad to help. Hello from India. Glad you're tuning in. I think you're good in maths too. Thank you. I'm not the greatest, but I can try to add. I can try to multiply, divide, fraction. I don't know some of that shit, but I try. You just kind of get used to it over time. You know what I mean? When you're doing measurements with your tank. So you have to get uncomfortable to do these things. It just takes some time. The vegetation arrangement looks nice too. Thank you. Yeah, these plants right here on the sides, this one I got in the reptile section at Petco. It's like 12, 13 bucks. This one was like 10, 11 bucks at Pets and such. And then these were from Petco for $10. This is live bamboo. Not real bamboo, live bamboo. 3 bamboo centered. Yes, I like them centered in the middle with my ghost wood. It just gives it a really good look. So, all right, guys, I think it's time for the time that y'all have been waiting for. It is time to put Tank in his tank. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. And I'm sure he's excited too. Oh yeah, and make sure you just keep this with your setup, your cheat sheet and everything. That way it's nice and close together. Because that way, when you go to do any maintenance or anything like that, it's just grab and go and it's just right there for you. Nice, I made it just in time. Yes, let's do it, guys. Let's put him in his tank. I'm so excited. See, I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's not to brag, real quick before we put him in. The API test strips are in my car. Normally I like to test my water before I put my Oscar in, but I live on the 4th floor into my apartment and I ain't going down all those stairs with this headache going on. I'm maintaining myself, okay? I'm trying my best, but I'm not gonna walk out to my car to get it. I'm sorry. I can tell you right now, I know my water's perfect. I can tell you right now, I've done this so many times, I don't need to test the water. We're good. We're good. We're good. Very confident in my craft. I got it. So I'm gonna put this back and arrange it. We're gonna get some splashing action because yeah, he does this all the time. Okay, more than just us. Wait, more than us. Tank will be excited to be in his tank. No, seriously, out of anyone, he's the most that's gonna be excited versus us, right? Okay, guys. Until I'm able to set up the filter in like a couple days time when I get the broken piece I snapped off because I forgot to lubricate it, I will have the filter in place since this is just his wave maker and bubble and rubbing. So, all right, let me get his fishnet and let's get started. I'm just gonna scoop that over. I'm gonna move my lights really quick because when I go to put them in, I don't want the freaking light to fall down into the water. That shit would suck. Oh my god. Oh my god, that would suck. Okay, so I'm gonna just arrange these and then we'll put the light back on so you could like see all of him, you know what I mean? Swimming throughout the tank. In his tank. Tank in his tank. But just to kind of put it on the edge real fast, you know, since the lid is off here. Okay, y'all, you ready? We ready? Let's do this. Okay, gotta get the shiznit out of the way. All right, baby, let's get ready. Yeah, he's literally laying on the side, guys. He is so unhappy right now. He's like, screw you, get away from me. But then he'll know when he goes back in. He's like, oh yeah, this again. Okay, thank you. Shoot. Come on. Because this fishnet is so big, it's like angling to like not get him all the way. He's literally just sitting on the side. It's not letting me grab him all the way, so I need to find something to push him in. Hold on, kind of just use this a little cleaner thing that I use to scrub the algae away. Algae away. All right, big guy, come on. Gonna splash, gonna get some splashing action, y'all. We gotta be quick with it. Oh, this is chill. It's chilling. We normally don't chill like this. Okay. Oh, that was nice. Okay, guys, he's in. So at first, he'll swim down to the bottom for a minute. You just kind of do this. I need to turn on the light all the way, then he'll get excited. I want to put this glass piece back on really quick, and then that way it's just completed and put on. I also need to get a new canopy because my son and I, on both of them, accidentally stepped on this part, so it's broken, so I just need to order a new piece there, but other than that, it's fine. I'm gonna put this on so I can put the whole light on without the water going away real quick. Slide it in place. Carefully drop it. Well, I wasn't as careful, but it didn't freaking break, did it? Okay, and I'm gonna just set the light on the top there and create the vibe. Kind of put it more in the front real quick. Sorry, I'm kind of blocking them right when I put them in, guys, but just so you can see. Can y'all see them? Sorry, this phone is sucking as on my Facebook one, but it's because of the tripod deal. But you'll see him kind of just explore because I moved some of his stuff, so he's like, oh, what's this? My rock isn't here. But he's looking at his reflection. Come on. Just give him some time, y'all, but he loves it. He's like, oh my God, I have my room back. Right now he's battling his reflection. Let me grab the phone so y'all can see him better. Oh no. While my other phone falls. Huh. Whoops. Hold on, guys. I'm going to rotate both of the cameras so y'all can see him fair, nice and even. There he is, guys. Literally. Thank you. Yeah, he's cool. He's definitely happy to be home, guys. He's like, oh my God, it's about freaking time. But yeah, his colors, guys. Like so pretty. So pretty. I never get sick of looking at him. I have to turn this flash off because it's like affecting my freaking lighting, and I don't know how to do that right now on this other phone, but yeah, that's him. He's gonna come to the top. He's gonna follow us. Let's go over here. He looks wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, he's so happy and healthy, and he loves it. Let's just try to get on this camera here too. Here, let's see if he's gonna follow us over here too. He likes to say, hey, don't mind all those bubbles, y'all. But yeah, see, he's very vibrant, and it just gives it an overall vibe. So if y'all ever plan on getting an Oscar, they do recommend a 55-gallon. I would just go 75 and up. It's just best, you know what I mean? Just considering their size, I feel like just get them a 75. They deserve it. But this is his wave maker. Has that magnet attaches to the back that helps push the poop, that when he poops down, it helps push into the filter. That is normally right here until I get it set up once that's done and situated. But yeah, it is done, y'all. It is done. Got those leaves scrubbed off from the algae. Now we don't have to worry about anything else. Got his heater set in the back. He has both thermometers here. I should have turned it a bit more, but it's still readable. His thermometer's there. And then I have an electronic one, so I know he's set at least in the 80s range, which it should be close to. Yep, 78. It's because it's colder in here right now. So yeah, that's my baby, y'all. Kind of put you guys back up here for now until I shut off the live, because I'm about to go in like 2 minutes. I'm gonna read some comments and get done here. But thank you guys that stayed tuned and everything like that in my live, and I'm happy to teach and show you guys my journey with my fish tanks. They mean the world to me. Like, if anybody knows Neosha, that's my name. Neosha likes her fish, guys. Hold on. How the hell? Okay, there we go. Sorry, this camera's kind of sucking, but perfect tank, set up, stress-free and healthy. And thank you so much. I appreciate your guys' love, for real. I can see a lot of efforts, love, and passion towards it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have you seen the fishbowl on the RC car, and the fish steers the car and by swimming direction he wants to go? Yes! Was it the, okay, I don't know. It was that tiny little, like, robotic car or whatever, like you could use as a little kid toy car or whatever. It was a goldfish, and how they were like studying the scientific methods of how they actually push where they want to go. They'll go in the direction where they want to go. So they literally have the fish driving in his fishbowl. Is that the one that you're talking about, handle 8701? Thank you for sharing with us. Keep posting more. Thank you so much. Yes, definitely. I'll have to keep doing that. I'm thinking it would be fun if I did a brine shrimp video for you guys too, and raise my own little ecosystem and then use them as feeders when they get crazy going. Because I have like, there's millions of eggs that, and look, this is just one. I have like 2 more bags of this stuff, and I have a lot of brine shrimp eggs that could be hatched. And it's cool because they're like dinosaurs, prehistoric times, where they could just be rehydrated with water and they hatch at any time. So they're in here, they're sleeping, but you can wake them up at any time, anytime, anytime. So I'm thinking putting brine shrimp in here would be fun. It has a cute little light. It's kind of going out. I need to change the battery that's on the back, but I feel like this would be a fun little video to do as well. Okay, when is your next live? Definitely would like to join with you. Thank you. Yeah, so honestly, it's just questionable. It just depends like how much time that I have, but right now I'm home earlier than I was supposed to be because my son's just been passed out, sleeping, and he was not feeling well. So, and I wasn't feeling well. So I stayed home from work today, so I just found more time to edit some content and then just posting lives, but trying to figure out what to talk about as well and keeping you guys, you know, entertained. So definitely more with fish I will be posting more about, but I also am like a mixture of everything else. So I like talking about different things. Like when it comes to motivation, excuse my French, but this is how I talk, y'all. Like bullshit that people go through, narcissistic relationships, whatever, like just basically like a podcast of talking about personal things that we can discuss, things, the advice I can give, how to overcome things, stuff like that, really. I love cooking. So if you check out my YouTube channel, feel free to, if you would like to, but I'm just a mixture of everything. I like comedy. I make server skits years ago. I need to make more of those. But I was thinking about doing another live on, so I have like my cat's electronic litter box that I wanted to do, teach people how I clean that and maintain my cat's robotic litter box. I have a portable washer that I haven't used in years that video still is taking off today. That's helped a lot of people. And I have a portable dryer in apartments. So sorry I talk so much, but there's just so much that I could talk about, y'all. Like, just let me know what you would like to see from me, and then I can just try to come up with ideas for y'all. What is, let me see. So anyway, let me see. I'm gonna give it like 30 more seconds, read the last comments and everything like that on this YouTube live, and then I have Facebook right now going as well at the same time. If I don't see anything else within the next 30 seconds or so after reading them, I'm gonna get dippity-doing on going out of here because I got work tomorrow, but I just need to go and honestly lay the frick down because my head is like, It feels like somebody's taking a damn rock and just, you know what I mean? My nose. But until next time, when you know what? That should be my next live, is when I get this filter set back up after destroying it, so we'll see. Fishes, it would be more interesting, or motivations. Yeah, absolutely. I got you. You guys could just send me topics, or you could even post on my community wall about the reviews, how you guys think about the experiences of my videos as well. And also leave, if you would like to, just give me some recommendations that I can just keep going back at and looking at, and then I can make that exact content for you. Make it a lot easier for me to know exactly what my audience wants from me, and I'm happy to do it. Happy to do it. I gotta make sure I don't lose these screws. I'm right there. Let me see. Sorry. I can see how these little buttons work and stuff. I haven't really messed with them yet. All right, gotcha. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna start dippity-doo-dawing out. So thank you guys so much for staying and letting me know what you guys appreciate and see from me. Thank you. Tank appreciates it. Okay, you guys all take care. Hold on, I'm gonna shut one live down at a time because I only have 2 hands. Hold on. I'm gonna finish this one here. Okay, take care, y'all. Until next time. Here we go.